Hello viewers, you are welcome to this video. Today I want us to look at how you can solve trigonometric equations. Yes, when you are given some trigonometric equations to solve, how will you go about them? Yes, so let's look at the first question. Question number 1, you can say solve 3 minus 3 cos theta is equal to 2 sine squared theta for theta greater than or equal to 0 degrees but less than or equal to 360 degrees. Yes, we can give you something like this to solve. 3 minus 3 cos theta is equal to 2 sine squared theta. The values of theta must fall here. Yes, theta must be greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 360. This is very, very important. Okay. Now solution. We have 3 minus 3 cos theta is equal to 2 sine squared theta. Viewers, when you are given something like this, you have to make a substitution for the sine squared theta. Yes, you have to make a substitution for it. Yes, viewers, I have a video on trigonometry, and in that video I did a lot about trigonometry. Sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. Yes, and I proved this in that video on trigonometry. Those of you who have not watched that video, you can go and watch it. I proved this one and so many other identities. Yes, so you can go and watch it. So sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. If that is the case, then you can make a substitution for sine squared theta. So it means that from here, sine squared theta will be equal to 1 minus cos squared theta. This is so sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cos squared theta. You want to make sine squared theta the subject. So in place of sine squared theta, you can write 1 minus cos squared theta. So you can come here and say that 3 minus 3 cos theta is equal to 2 times sine squared theta is the same as 1 minus cos squared theta. So 1 minus cos squared theta. Are you seeing? So let me clean this one. So you see that now everything has changed into cos. Yes. So this is 3 minus 3 cos theta is equal to, let's expand this. This is 2 minus 2 cos squared theta. Now let's rearrange this one. Let's read this one here. So everything here comes cross the equality sign. This one will be 2 cos squared theta positive because it is negative. When it crosses, it has to be positive. Minus 3 cos theta. I think when 2 crosses to be negative 2, so 3 minus 2, that will be plus 1 is equal to 0. You can say let cos theta be equal to y. Do you see it? Now, if cos theta is equal to y, this means that you are going to have 2. Now, cos squared theta is the same as cos theta all squared. Yes, so, and if cos theta is equal to y, then it's going to be 2y squared. You see, so this is 2y squared minus 3. I've seen cos theta to write y, isn't it? Plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation. So let's solve this quadratic equation. Now, so to solve this, these 2 will go and multiply 1 to get 2. So you need 2 numbers, which when multiplied will give us 2, but when added will give us negative 3. So straight away you can see negative 2, negative 1. So if you attach y to them, then this one will be negative 2y, and then this one will be negative y. So this means this one will be 2y squared minus 2y minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. This one will be 2y squared minus 2y, let's put this in bracket, minus y minus 1. This has to be minus so that when you expand it, look at it. And this one is like -1 times -1, +1. So if you make this one plus, it will be wrong. And when you expand, -1 times y, -y. -1 times -1, positive. So this one has to be negative. It's equal to 0. Now here, the common factor here is 2y. 2y goes into 2y squared y. 2y goes into 2y, 1. Here the common factor is 1. Y minus 1, this will equal to 0. So this and this are the same. Just pick one of them. Y minus 1 and then 2y minus 1 equal to 0. So this means that we can pick this one. Y minus 1 is equal to 0. This implies y is equal to 1. Isn't it? And then the next one, or 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. And this means that 2y is equal to 1. And this implies that y is equal to what? 1/2. Therefore, y is equal to 1/2 or 1. But viewers, don't forget that in the question, there was no y. You have replaced cos theta with y, so you have to go back and solve for theta. So we know that cos, so you say, but cos theta is equal to what? Y. So this means that cos theta is equal to y, and one of the y values is 1/2. So you want the values of theta that will make this true. Isn't it? That will make this true. So this means that theta is equal to US cos 60 is equal to half. So it means that 60 is one of the angles, so 60 degrees. What again? Now let's look at this. US. We have what we call all sine, tan, cos. And this is the positive x-axis, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Now what this means is that the angles are measured anti-clockwise from here, this way. You see, so from here to here is 90, 180, 270, 360. All the trigonometric ratios, sine, tan, cos, they're all positive here. In this quadrant, this is the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, sine is positive, cos is positive, tan is positive. Yes, when you find sine of any angle here is positive, tan of any angle here is positive, cos of any angle here is positive. Here, in this quadrant, the second quadrant, only sine is positive. It means that sine of angles will be positive, cos of any angle here will be negative. Here, only tan is positive, and then here, only cos is positive. We are talking about cos. So it means that if this is 60 US, then this is the angle. The angle is like this. This is 60 degrees, and here will be 30. We are talking about the angle. This is forming with the x-axis. So this is the angle. This one is 60 degrees. Now it means that you should be able to find another one. You can't get a cos, which is positive here. You can't get cos, which is positive here. You can come here. So if you are coming here, then it means that you should have an angle such that angle, when that angle is drawn from the positive x-axis, is going to leave us 60 degrees. The positive x-axis. Isn't it? So that angle from here to here should be 300. You see, from here to here should be 300 degrees. So that if from here to here is 300 degrees, then we have 60 degrees, which is the angle between this one and the positive x-axis. Isn't it? Because the first one, this is 60 degrees. So this is giving us a clue that after getting this 60 degrees, you have another angle, which is making an angle of 60 degrees with the positive x-axis. So if it is 300, then from here to here is 360. You left 60. So the angle is 300 degrees. So this one is also 300 degrees. So what this means is that cos 60 is 1/2. Cos 300 is also 1/2. The 1/2 has given us these two angles. Now let's look at 1. So cos theta is equal to y. So we can say that cos theta is equal to 1. Isn't it? Now, viewers, you know that cos 90 degrees is equal to 0. So cos 0 is equal to 1. So theta is equal to 0 degrees. Yes. Now, isn't it? Because these are special angles. Viewers, I have a video on a super trick for finding the trigonometric ratios of special angles. Yes, if you watch that video, you can usually say that, oh, cos 0 degrees is equal to 1. Yes, cos 90 is equal to 0. Okay, so that's this way. Now, viewers, you see, this is the range. I'll be able to get 0 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees. Now, let us check the rest. Cos pi k is equal to, take note of this, is equal to 1 if k is even, and it's equal to -1 if k is odd. Yes, if k is an even natural number, and then that is 1, and if k is an odd natural number. Now, pi is 180 degrees. 1 pi rad is equal to 180 degrees. So if k is odd, you see that if k is 1, say 1, then I really have cos 180 degrees, and cos 180 degrees is equal to -1. If k is 3, that will be 3 times 180 degrees, and that will be cos 540 degrees, and cos 540 degrees is -1. Viewers, this is very, very important. Now, on the other hand, if k is even, for example, if k is 2, then you're going to have 2 times pi, and that will be 2 pi, and 2 pi rad is equal to 360 degrees. So that means that cos 360 degrees is equal to 1. Do you see? So if you want an angle whose cos is 1, then 360 degrees is pi. Do you see? And 360 degrees falls within what he has been given. Isn't it? Yes. So if k is 2, we are getting this. If k is 4, that will be 4 times 180 degrees, and that will be 720 degrees. So cos 720 degrees is also 1. So viewers, take note of this. It is very, very important. Take note of this. So what this means is that the half has given us 2 angles, and then the 1 has given us 2 angles. Therefore, the solution, we can say that theta is equal to 0 degrees, 60 degrees, 300 degrees, and 360 degrees. So these are the values of theta that will satisfy this trigonometric equation. Yes, and all these values satisfy what we are giving here, the interval here. Yes. Okay. Viewers, let's look at another question and bring this lecture to an end. Let's look at this and bring this lecture to an end. Solution. We have 1 plus sine x is equal to 2 cos squared x. So viewers, here straight away, you should be able to make a substitution for cos squared x. Isn't it? You should be able to make a substitution for this. And again, you can say sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1. So if you want to make a substitution for cos squared x, then you can say that cos squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. Isn't it? So this one will be 1 plus sine x is equal to 2 times cos squared x is now 1 minus sine squared x. Okay, so let me clean this. Now this is equal to 1 plus sine x is equal to, let's expand this, 2 minus 2 sine squared x. Now let's bring everything here. To bring everything here, that would be 2 sine squared x. Isn't it? That will be positive when it comes here. Plus sine x. Now when this one comes here, it will be negative. So 1 minus 2, that will be negative 1 equal to 0. Now again, let's make a substitution for sine x. So you can say let sine x be equal to say y. Now this implies that you are going to have 2y squared, because sine squared x is the same as sine x all raised to the power 2. So this one will be 2y squared plus y minus 1 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. So let's solve this one. Here we need two numbers which when multiplied will give us 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. But when added will give us 1. You see, so two numbers which when multiplied will give us negative 2. But when added will give us 1. So straight away it's going to be 2 and negative 1. Because 2 times negative 1 will be negative 2. Yeah, this time this. But when added will give us 1. Okay, so then it's going to be 2y squared plus 2y minus y minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so this one will be 2y squared plus 2y this way minus y plus 1. Viewers, look at what I've done here. You see, so that when you expand, this one will still be negative y, and then this one will still be negative 1. So negative times positive negative equal to 0. So this one will be, the common factor here is 2y. 2y goes here, y plus 1 minus, here the common factor is 1. Y plus 1 equal to 0. So this is common, so y plus 1 then times 2y minus 1 equal to 0. So what this means is that y plus 1 is equal to 0. This implies y is equal to negative 1. Isn't it? Or 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. So this implies that 2y is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 over 2. But viewers, don't forget that nobody gave you y. You have introduced the y, so you have to go back and say that but sine x is equal to y. So what this means is that sine x is equal to the y. If you pick the first one, say 1 over 2, you should be able to get the values of x. That will satisfy this. Now, straight away, sine 30 is equal to half. So it means that x is equal to 30 degrees. This is one of the angles. Yes, you want the values of x, that will satisfy it. Sine 30 is equal to 1 over 2. Yes, that's why you need to know the special angles. You need to know the special angles. So sine 30 is equal to half. So x is equal to 30 degrees. Now, viewers, let's apply the all sine tan cos. All sine tan cos. Now, this one is 30 degrees. And 30 degrees, the first one. That is the angle. This is making with the positive x-axis. Yes, this is the angle. Because it is sine, you should be able to get another angle in this quadrant, which will also make an angle of 30 degrees with the x-axis. Isn't it? So then the angle should be, say, 150 degrees. If this is 30, from here to here is 180. Isn't it? So if here is 30, you want that angle here to be 30, like this one. Then from here to this side should be 150 degrees. Isn't it? So that 150 plus 30 will give us 180. So it means that sine 150 degrees will also be 1 over 2. Will also be half. Okay. So the first one, 1 over 2, the first value of y has given us two angles, two answers. Now let's move on to the next one. You're also saying that sine x is equal to negative 1. Because I have two values for y. 1/2, and then -1. So the -1 should also give us an answer. So x is equal to viewers, sine 270 degrees is equal to -1. Some of these things should be reduced. So sine 270 degrees is equal to -1. So this means that x is equal to 270 degrees. So take note of this. Sine 270 degrees is equal to -1. You should never forget this. Okay. So therefore, the values of x are x is equal to 30 degrees, 150 degrees, and 270 degrees. And all these values are satisfying the given interval. For more of this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shamalaa Jnr, if you have not done so. Thank you very much.